I am Feel It.
And I am Fix It. And we talk about life.
And stuff and things.
With the occasional rant.
Which you will have no problem doing.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever it is, wherever you are, we hope you're having a good one.
Absolutely.
And here we are. It is the last weekend before Christmas.
Got the countdown going.
Sure, yeah. It's kind of automatic.
Just going to be a weird couple weeks.
It is definitely going to be an odd couple of weeks. Work schedule's all cattywampus, which that's the holidays. It's every year.
But we are working.
Yep. At least part of it.
I said I was done going to a store, and then what happened?
Went to the store.
Went back to the store today.
Yep.
But for reals now, not happening until after Christmas. Like, for really. I'm not going back. I'm done.
Okay.
For real.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I'm on board.
Food-wise, we need nothing.
Really.
We have all the things and the extras to get through the week, for sure. So.
Mm-hmm.
Traffic, over it. Crowds, over it. So over it. Oh my gosh.
Nothing quite like parking in the next county to get to the store.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, we're blessed to be able to go and buy the things, and I mean, it's not that we do extravagant by any means.
No.
But, no, we're just done. I mean, technically, there might be one more thing for our daughter. I should just give you the money for it, and you can stop for it tomorrow.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
It was a gas card.
Oh.
I was thinking about getting her a gas card.
Okay.
She won't hear this, so I can say that out loud.
Sure.
Practical, very practical, considering we've had to have conversations lately about, I know you're bored, but you don't need to drive everywhere all the time.
No.
Because you're bored.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, she's got her game group that she goes and meet, her church group that she goes to meet, and Sunday at her middle of the week church group, and then the choir. So she's driving quite a bit for not having any income.
Yes, and we have tried to be very supportive and understanding, and this has been carrying on now for several months. But this time of year especially, just Christmas time, there's more people, there's more crowds, there's more traffic, there's more stuff.
Yes.
Weather-wise, it can be dicey. You can't afford a new car, and we can't afford to get you one. So how about you just don't until you have to? And that'll be different. So that said, I had dawned on me, we got the other daughter Sally's gift cards, so maybe we could equate, Barnes and Noble for the oldest that we were just talking about. So let's get her a gas card too.
Sure.
We can be practical. Well, not that she needs books. She doesn't. But,
See,
because a lot of those little trips are to the library. So
yes.
she has learned the value of a library.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, I mean,
she worked at one.
Not that she didn't before. She always loved the library, but she's taking full advantage of what the libraries have to offer. Like, hey, I heard about this book. So she contacts the library. It's like, hey, get this for me. All right.
But see, these are the very real practical conversations that are had in our home lately. Not particularly fun, but it's life.
Mm-hmm.
Getting around, visiting the family that we normally try to see at least a few times a year. Saw my aunt yesterday who had the husband that passed away a year ago from Alzheimer's. So she's better. She seemed better.
It's one day at a
time.
Yeah.
It's only been a year. So It's good to see her.
Yeah, and this time of year is always the roughest because it's
of course
family. It's like yeah, and being the mom and grandma and great grandma, there's a lot of family and a lot of reminders. So we wanted
very much.
We wanted to spend some time with her, which was always nice.
Oh, I always have. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart of a lady. She
always tried to get there around the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, it just worked out weather-wise that we could go. Yesterday.
God love the mid-December thaws.
But, just looking forward to this Christmas, as different as it's going to be. Don't know how I feel about a change in our ritual, right? Like, because we've created our ritual that we were all good with.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how I feel about doing it different, but I guess we'll try.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Again,
that's pretty much it.
Sounds like the weather's going to be good, so we don't have a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And since we've already committed to going, weather permitting, that's where we are. I wouldn't say overabundance of holiday cheer by any means, but a sense of peace and blessed.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I am. As I just told you, sorry to break it to you, like you'd mentioned going out one more time for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
and I knew it was for me because see, when we drove by it today, you didn't want to stop.
Nope.
So I already put it together.
Yep.
But as I said to you, I hate to break it to you, but you've already gotten your things.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we've kind of figured out a long time ago. It's like for us, typically, we don't do big, extravagant kind of stuff because, not anymore anyway. Not that we didn't do kind of big and
I don't know
stupid.
if we ever did.
Yeah, but...
I mean, this year was pretty different for you, but your daughter helped pay for it. Your youngest daughter helped pay for it. And the only reason you got it sooner is because I wasn't thinking the day it came and I let you open the box.
Well, it was delivered. I had to sign for it. I signed for it. I'm like, what the heck do I have to sign for?
Oh, man. I just, it did not, it didn't connect for me soon enough.
Which, it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, hello, Dory. But
yes,
like I was saying, it's like for the most part, if there's something we need, we just go and get it. It's not a really big
we
whoop
don't spend a ton on ourselves.
But as a general rule, it's like if we need something, we just get it.
Yeah.
And typically, if there's something we want, a good chunk of the time, we're gonna sit on it for a little bit and think about why do I want it, and am I really going to benefit from it? Because there's a lot of stuff that's like, ooh, that's really kind of cool. I don't need it. And what am I going to do with it once I have it? Like, yeah, never mind. It's still kind of cool. Never mind. Or it's, yeah, you know what? I still kind of want that. That would make my life easier, or I would really enjoy having that. Then, we just typically, a lot of times we'll just talk about it real quick and go, yeah, let's get it. I mean, that's just, so there isn't really a whole lot of,
it's not like we've had a lot of expendable cash for a really long time.
Well, there's that too. But I mean, like a lot of times it's like I've gotten gifts that weren't, or I should say, I've given gifts that were more, I guess, I don't know, a little bit more heartfelt practical. Like really warm socks. Because your feet are always cold.
Right.
And I want you in something that's warm and something that's colorful and something that's comfy that you would appreciate and actually use. We could get you some kind of tchotchke, which always,
Yeah, I'm pretty particular nowadays, though.
Yes. But I mean, and we could find something that was like that really is fitting or really is kind of cool or something. It's like, and we'll do that. If I come across those things, I'll do that. I'm a fan of like custom or memorable Christmas ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
Usually because it's like, okay, it's like this made me think of this person or this event, or I want you, when you see this, I want you to think about this time in our lives and stuff like that. So, I mean, something that it's more than, I mean, it's not necessarily a big, expensive thing, but it's something that's heartfelt and it comes from a place of love and comfort.
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily this big, huge, expensive thing. Because honestly,
just for the sake of doing the big, expensive thing.
I would personally rather take that kind of money that we'd spend on really big kind of gifts for, which are appreciated but not necessarily needed, and take that and put it towards, you know what, that trip to Tennessee was really freaking cool. Let's do that again.
Yeah, sure.
Or, it's like, it might not be Tennessee next time, but, it's like, hey, you know what, this spot over here, this look like it'd be really cool. Let's save up and move towards that. I don't need a bunch of crap.
Same.
I mean,
and that's the stage where we are.
I like things. I enjoy certain things, and some stuff is absolutely pointless, and I enjoy it anyway. Most of the Lego stuff I have is like, it's effectively sculpture. I like looking at it. I get a chuckle out of it. I enjoy the process. Do I need it? No. That's why I don't buy more. I don't need it. Do I enjoy it? Sure. Do I like looking at it? Sure. Do I need it? Not in any way, shape, or form. And then where am I going to put it? That's like, okay, I don't really need that one. Sometimes I'll go, no, I'm making room for that. That is too cool. Like the giant, the giant big ol' 1960s Batmobile that you got me last year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have spent that much.
Just because you knew how much it cost, not that I told you.
Yeah, no, you didn't tell me. I knew how much it cost because it's Lego and I follow that stuff. But it was like, man, that's really cool. I would love to have that, but that's a lot of money and it's pretty big. Where would I put it? And then it showed up Christmas morning and I'm like, why, thank you. I'm finding a place for this because it is really freaking cool. Because I've been a fan of that for a really long time.
And the truth is, probably would have done more with Lego, even for our daughter. And I might have maybe for you even. Except that we are in the process of getting ready to move. And the pack and purge process that we've been discussing, as it is, we talked about earlier today, all of the things that are up in the attic in boxes, Lego sets that aren't even displayed and haven't been in, I couldn't tell you how many years.
Very long time.
So how about we concentrate on that again next year when there's somewhere to put them? That's kind of how I felt about it.
Well, when we moved here, there was the intent of me. I intended on putting a long line of shelves on the one wall, and I don't know who built it. I really don't. I can't find studs. I found 3 studs in the entire wall. Yeah. And short of punching holes and doing some exploratory surgery.
Super weird.
It's super weird. Honestly, they may have done some steel beam, which wouldn't show up the same. I don't know that. The wall that I'm talking about is actually butted up to what used to be an exterior wall in this house. So I don't know how it's all, the way they... But anyway, there was the intent of having a place to put these.
Just didn't go like that.
It did not go like that. And it's like, you know what? It's like, this is going to take way more effort and way more time and way more everything. And it's like, I don't need it. I'll just put these away for right now. And I know where they're at. The rubber bands need to be replaced for some of them because they had spring-loaded stuff. But yeah, whatever. I can replace that.
It's just such a later thing.
Yes. It's not like this. They're from a period of time that I appreciate and I kind of miss aspects of. So it's not like I want to get rid of them, but at the same time, I don't want to displace anything else currently in my life to put them out on display. But that is kind of where that's at. Honestly, I should probably rotate some of the stuff I have.
The time of year, you get things and don't look at them, and our appreciation has certainly changed. Our children's ages, I mean, they're older now.
Sure.
This year, they didn't even give us lists. We just went and bought stuff.
Yeah.
Never done that before. I mean, not since they were like little.
Yeah. Well,
but it was still fun, and it's still good, and they're still going to be blessed. And
well, and I think sometimes we get too caught up in the stuff and not so much about the thought behind it, And that, to me, it's more. I like getting things where you can tell there's some thought and feeling behind them.
Yes, and actually it was funny as we were talking about like prompts, and I used TP. I always say it backwards. You know why? Because you worked for a place that was called GTP. So my brain, I always have to stop and say GPT.
Yep.
TP. I just said it back. See, I just did it.
Chat.
GTP. Okay. I did. I really did.
Okay.
And then I narrowed it down again.
Okay.
But speaking of like meaningfulness and memories and things, that's the kind of stuff it brought up for like Christmas talking points.
Okay.
You know, we've talked before, quite a few times, we've come a long way, from the days of having nothing and our children didn't know any better. You know,
and that was always the goal.
The year we lost our home, it was December.
Mm-hmm.
It was just before Christmas, and they were 2.5, 3, 4, 3. I've stopped and think about it. Like 3.5 and almost 2. So young, right? They just didn't know. They don't remember.
No.
And
I remember well enough for both of them.
Yes. I remember that year specifically when, you know, we were trying to move and ended up having, it was late November. So we ended up having like a indoor walk through our house sale. And then I remember not making enough money to be able to get the screens out from the hardware store. We had the screens for the new place fixed and some windows that were repaired. And I remember not having enough money to get it. And the kindness of the man behind the counter who did know my family. And like I said, we grew up in that small community, and he knew my boss or my former boss at that time. Like it just, I lost it. I completely lost it in front of this guy because I literally did not have enough change on me. I did not have enough on me to reach it. And he personally paid the rest for me. The act of kindness, it wasn't just the season, you know, it was the Christmas season at that time.
Sure.
But he didn't have to do that, and I appreciated it very much, and I'll never forget it. His name was Mike.
Oh, there's some good guys there.
We ended up moving into this, you know, tiny little, I don't even remember how small, 12 by 40 or something terrible?
Yeah, it was little.
That was my previous boss's, one of his rentals that we'd had to take the gentleman to court for non-payment, and it was a mess and a half.
Yep.
And my former boss gave it to us. And we just had to figure out how to pay to fix it up. And with the help of loved ones, we did figure out how to do that.
Yep.
And we did not have a tree that year. My mother ended up giving us this tiny little like 12-incher that we had up on the entertainment center. The kids didn't know any different.
Nope.
They had no idea.
Nope.
And if you fast forward through the years, that there were a few that were tough. And then by the time we came down here, they could remember a little better, right? A little older. The cognition's a little different. You made in 1 week what you made a month on unemployment.
Yep.
And it just kept growing and growing and growing. And even then, the magnitude of the gifts, right? Like my mother, it was always all about the gifts.
Yep.
So it kind of reached this strange point where it was, they didn't know that the majority of what they ever got was from my mom, but then they started to see it and they started to figure it out, right? So like the memories of the meaning of gifts really shifted. It shifted a lot after my mother passed. When that strange, like, guilt and manipulation wasn't always in my life. And it was always so bad at Christmas. It was just so bad. God love her.
Yeah.
She just didn't know any better.
Yeah.
She just didn't know any better. And it was so bad. It was so toxic. It should never, ever, ever be about going into some massive amount of debt just to have a bunch of boxes under a tree.
No.
It wasn't even a competitive thing. It's not like she had anybody she was competing against.
No.
She just did it. It was her thing.
Yeah, I think she spent time going without and wanted to compensate.
Yes. So. Yes, because there were many Christmases I recall, and one of them my aunt does remember, the aunt I visited yesterday, where we would not have had Christmas if it wasn't for the money she gave my mother. I learned about this as an adult.
Yep. Which when
there were terrible Christmases when I was growing up, but we didn't know. We didn't know, and it was loved ones that helped my parents. So did I want to break that generational cycle, so to speak? Yes. Yes. Of course I did. Similar reasons that it was tough, different mindsets, different situations.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's like I still love these pictures of the girls wearing them, but I was laid off. We were living on my unemployment and the money you got from your multiple part-time jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, fabric's cheap. Fabric's relatively cheap.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I quite literally bought 2 yards of fabric, of fleece, one in pink and one in purple, and made matching mirror image. Yes, favorite colors at the time. Okay, it was lilac and pink, and made bathrobes for both of the girls. And I made them the way I like them, where the seams aren't where they irritate your skin. And, the one was pink with purple trim, and the other was purple with pink trim. And they wore them until they technically didn't fit them anymore.
Oh, yeah.
They were almost shirts at that point.
I think they still have them somewhere.
As far as I think they still have them. But,
I think they still have them.
But, and it was like, yeah, that was relatively inexpensive. That was not didn't have the money. But I have a little bit of talent, and I had a sewing machine. So I made a gift, and it was a gift that was thoughtful. It was a way for them to be a little bit warmer. They loved them. They loved them. But it was personal. It wasn't about the money. It's like I put time and effort and thought, and to me, those are the gifts that matter more. It's like, yeah, the stuff is nice. And sometimes it's you buy the stuff, but I'm more, it's the thought behind it. It's the heart behind it.
Yes.
It's like, you don't have to get me something expensive if you made it meaningful.
I most certainly want to change more and more as the years come, and we have the funds now to be able to give more.
Sure.
And make it meaningful. And as these prompts kind of were talking about, like meaning in Christmas and meaningful gifts and meaningful memories. And yes, I know our children remember that. Mm-hmm. They had no idea the context of why they got that.
Nope.
They do now, as we've told them.
Yep.
Probably one of the most memorable Christmases, though, and I don't know entirely why. My mother loved angels.
Yes.
Loved them.
Yep.
She had many.
They were everywhere in the house.
Blankets and figures and statues. And the first statue that she'd gotten, I kind of started the outdoor statue. Do you remember? And we were huffing it on Christmas Eve down this really, really long driveway because we didn't want them to know that we were coming. Mm-hmm. So we parked at the road, and this very heavy outdoor angel and pedestal that it sat on.
Concrete. It was a concrete, which we now have in the front yard.
Which I inherited.
And I think between the two, they're like 150 pounds between the two of them.
We're huffing it through this. We got in a hell of snow.
Yep.
Of course, that's the norm for Northern Michigan back then. And I said, how are we gonna, get this down there? I wanted to surprise her, and we did. We huffed it down there in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. That was pre-children.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that very, very vividly, and how beautiful it was. It was a beautiful, clear sky, and just gorgeous.
It was beautiful. It was
cold.
Freaking cold.
Cold.
No clouds in the winter means there's nothing holding me.
And I got snow, almost up to my knees. And
we hoofed it up the driveway and put that thing
with a bow on it.
With a bow on it, set it up in the snow.
She loved that angel. Yep. She loved it, and I did inherit it.
Yep.
As it kind of started her collection, and there's like a metal arch thing that was near it.
Yep.
That also had an angel on it, but that I remember that, and as in my adult life, right? Like our first Christmas, I remember one of the gifts I got you, and I just, of all the things, you remember it better, but I wanted to be silly with one of them, so I bought you underwear, and then I glitter painted on the back, exit only. I was trying to be funny.
And it was funny.
It was funny. But I remember that.
The glitter paint, it started breaking and it got kind of pokey.
I remember I went nuts that year. I was dumb. I admit that. I was dumb. I used a credit card to go buy all of your gifts because I didn't know any better. I was stupid.
Yep, young and silly.
And
your parents didn't know better, so they couldn't teach you better.
That is correct. And we have hence changed that cycle. But that's kind of this is an accidental theme within this episode, so to speak, right? About how it can be meaningful without spending a ton of money and what is it's memories, right? It's how do you build that? And I have spent so much time the last few weeks talking to the clients and hearing these things over and over with the stress and the expectations, and whether it's on themselves or their family putting it on them because they did this one thing this one year, so now it's just got to be bigger and better every year. No. And that just is so draining. And it's so not the point.
No.
And these are Christians as well who know that there's actually a reason to this season. But it's a mindset. Yeah. It's a mindset we get stuck in.
Yeah, and that's what's the important part? What's the focus? Is the important part the stuff? Because if it is, your priorities are... Because most of the stuff is going to be forgotten about in a year. By next Christmas, is it going to matter? Or to me, again, it's like, what are they going to remember? And there's... And
that's going to change with the season of life and the phase of your children.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I get that.
Most definitely. And I'm not saying don't get them something nice. Get them something nice. Get them something joyful. Give them something that they can... A
lot of families do the experience thing, right?
Yeah.
Or alternate a year where it's experience one year, gifts another year.
Yeah,
and that's got a place, depending, especially on how old your child is.
Certainly. And anything that we say, if it contradicts anything that you got going on and you guys are enjoying what you're doing, don't take it as criticism. It's just, it's like if the shoe don't fit, don't try and wear it kind of thing. But, for the longest time, it's like I've tried to instill in our girls that every gift that you have received has come from someone that cared about you to trade some of their life to get you something. And even if it's even if it's something that doesn't apply to you in any way, shape, or form, it is 100% the wrong gift for you and your personality. It's less about the thing and more about the person that gave it to you and why. If they did it because they wanted you to have something nice and they just happened to whiff it a little, you say thank you with appreciation for the love and intent behind it.
Yes.
Is it nice to get the stuff that fits you? Yes. But it's the thought.
They're not getting bunny
pajamas, no.
That's never happened.
There was... Okay, here's an example from our past. And it came up in conversation. The only time I've ever gone to the mall on Christmas Eve.
No.
Which and this
was just nuts. I don't even know why you did that.
This was a long time ago. Because there was an album that came out that I knew you were going to love.
We were not married yet. I think that was the year before we got married. I think.
And I'm like, you know what? That album came out this month. I'm going to go get it. And Christmas Eve was the first chance I had to get out there to do that. I spent 3 hours in the parking lot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
yep.
Did I get the CD? Yes, I did. Was it a good CD? Yes, it was.
It was Rebecca St. James. Now, I couldn't tell you the name of the album, but it was,
it was
Rebecca St. James when she was new and popular.
Yes. And which, if you don't know her music, it's pretty good.
90s.
And by today's standards, it's still pretty good. Well, our friend unbeknownst to me, had already bought you that album.
Yeah. I remember that.
So I have...
We have two.
Yeah, which is fine. That's fine in and of itself. But it's like, you know what? Was the gift the CD, or was the gift the time and the intent that went into it?
Oh, you put in effort for sure. Yes, you've always put in effort.
I've always tried. I've miffed it. I've completely whiffed that. It's like, that is a swing and a miss. Okay, that landed completely wrong. It's like, you know, you can't
say it's ever been so detrimental that it was an issue. Maybe for you whiffed it and you felt bad.
Whiffed it, you know. But I've always tried, and people have whiffed it, getting me stuff, which again, fine. You know, it's like, what was the thought behind it? What was the intent behind it? You know, if it came from a good place, I'm all thanks and smiles and thank you for, you know, wholeheartedly, thank you. And I think you need to focus on what's important. And really, it's like, if the stuff is what's important, stuff is so tangible, so fragile, and for the most part nowadays completely disposable. So why are you focusing on so much on the stuff?
I have a client. He's in his 20s. He has autism. Sweet young man. And when I met with him this last week, I mean, all he wanted to talk about was how he was going to be able to spend time with his family. They're, you know, taking a trip to Arizona to see his grandparents for Christmas.
Yep.
I mean, that's like all he wanted to talk about. And that was okay. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because what we talk about is what brings him joy. And like, you know, so clearly, I mean, like hyper fixated on that.
Yes.
He loves being with his family. Trying to learn some mechanisms to separate a little bit from that concept. But I realized that was not the session that was going to happen. Well, he loves his family. He loves Christmas. It's something special. You know, joked with me how he was going to write a song that he can't wait for a green Christmas. Like, it was just cute, right? It was cute.
Decorate the Christmas cactus.
Because technically, like, we're going to end up with a green Christmas here. We had a lot of snow that is probably not going to be here by Christmas. But
should break out the bikes and go riding on Christmas.
Right? We could. But it's still, it's a...
That's a childhood memory that I have.
Say, you have done that. But it's what makes it warm and meaningful. And that certainly has changed for us over the years as individuals and as a family, as a couple, right? Well, there were plenty of years you weren't so holly jolly.
I still have to work on it. I catch myself often getting melancholy. I'm like, you know what? And we've talked about that before.
Not just because we've had a lot of crappy things that tend to happen in December.
No.
But because it's your mindset, right? It hits you very differently, and you've struggled differently than I have.
Yes. We have some shared issues that we've had some shared experiences that were less than great that happened in the holidays.
Oh yeah.
And we have shared individuals that are, you know, that used to be a part of our holiday season that are no longer. And then we have our stuff that we went through individually, and that stuff's still there. And it's like, that stuff's still there. And I can miss the people and the stuff and the things and the experiences. But if I focus too much on those things, I'm going to miss the stuff that I have available to me right now. And my girls are not little girls anymore. They're young women. They're legal adults, young women.
We just, pay for their lives.
I mean, sure.
They are technically legal adults.
Yes. I can't claim them on my taxes, but I can still pay for their stuff.
Yep, that's how that's going.
That's how that works. But it's like I let myself go down that hole. I'm going to miss out on the possibilities of now. And that's kind of bring it back to how that rabbit trail started. It's like people getting stressed out for the holidays. It's like, to a degree, sure, I understand that, because there's a lot of stuff to do, a short amount of time to do it, and there's so many people that got their 2 cents to add into it. Sure, I get all of that. Man. But at the same time, prioritize. what's most important. I mean, yeah, you know what? You're going to put on a big meal for your family, a big old thing, whatever. It's like, you know
sorry, man. We only got like 2 sessions up to Christmas. I don't have enough time to like help you, equip you. Oh my goodness, what's that? Sorry about that. I don't have enough time to like really equip you well for how you're going to really defend yourself in this. Let's just try to navigate differently.
Like if you're not getting joy...
Which, by the way, that was the lion's alarm. Sorry.
Sure.
Anyway.
Well, if you're not getting joy out of the process, and I'm not saying the entire process is joyful. No, I mean, it's like if I said it before, if the juice isn't worth the squeeze, it's like if the amount of joy you're getting out of the situation, the amount of enjoyment that you're getting out of the situation is less than the misery that you're putting into it, then something needs to change. And that might be, you know what? Well, like if it's a big family dinner, it's like, you know what? I'll do the turkey and the ham. If you want more than that, what do you bring in?
Sure. I mean, we talked about
there's
delegating and reducing.
Spread the load.
There's some practical stuff.
Or it's like,
but it's the mindset.
Yeah,
because you don't want to lose your joy.
Yeah,
in the process.
And sometimes you can't do that. It's like if you got a big family and it's all your kids and whatnot, and maybe the in-laws, whatever it happens to be, and it's basically on you, because when it starts getting to you, ask yourself why you're doing it, and remind yourself why it's worth it, so it doesn't drag you down and take the joy out of it. And I'm a firm believer. It's like it's like you're going to criticize how I made it. You don't have to eat it.
Sure.
So
sure.
It's like, and I've heard those stories like, yeah, I made this, but my mother-in-law can't stand it. It's like, well, you can honestly tell your mother-in-law, this is a free dinner that I'm putting on, and if you don't like it, you can cook next time. If you don't want to cook next time, smile and say thank you.
There's something like that.
Well, something not like that at the table. Because we don't want that drama.
Not theoretically.
But
like that.
It's like, there's something to be said for putting it in perspective. It's like, if you're just going to bash it, you don't have to come here and eat it. And I don't care, it's like who it is. It's like, it's like you can have appreciation for what I've done, or you don't have to participate. But you're not going to drag down everybody else's day. And everybody's got to negotiate that one, that trial in their own way.
Yes, and some things are deeper and worse.
Oh, most definitely.
But we haven't had that in some time. So,
yes.
Gosh, do I not miss any of that?
Yes.
But and that's relative. Decent voice. Don't get me wrong. But even in terms of with the warm and fuzzies, right? Mm-hmm. Like genuine, how to generate your own.
Yes.
Particularly when you are feeling stressed and there's expectations and this stuff. We've developed things in the house. Back in the day especially when I was in school, kids were younger, whatever, and I was home. Yeah. Hallmark. Sure. Well, let's just say I'm not a huge fan anymore. There are some good ones. There's some good oldies there,
sure.
The goodies and oldies that I will purchase and we watch. You watch on your own without me,
I have watched a few of them, yes. There's a couple that I find very entertaining.
But not as a whole, I'm not a huge fan of the channel anymore. I'm not going to lie.
I mean,
we've moved over to Great American, and it's fine.
Well, they need a third plot
because they're getting like better, and some of those actors transitioning over. But anyway, the movies, having the channel on, having the funny movies. I was talking to one of my clients; she'd never seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or A Christmas Story. I'm like, what? Please watch those. They are hilarious. If you prefer the edited version of National Lampoon specifically, it's out there.
Have at it, yes.
Do that. Hilarious.
Watch the PG-13 version. That would
right now.
Crapper's full.
There's I'm so doing that. New house is happening. We're gonna have the mannequin with the robe like we saw last weekend. Right now there's Christmas music playing in the living room. Mm-hmm. I mean, I turned it on. It was so funny because my friend down in Tennessee, she was also doing the same thing at the same time. We had no idea until she texted me, and she's like, I'm listening to Trans-Siberian Orchestra making dinner. And I'm like, I'm listening to Christmas music. It was the iHeart, not a sponsor, iHeartRadio, Christmas classics, and baking. Friday evening, it was just come home, do the thing, get it done. Now, did I discover about myself? I don't really care to stand in my kitchen and bake for hours at a time. Yes, I've reaffirmed this for myself. But it was the only way I was going to have items that I could eat within the next week that would not make me feel terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent the money and I spent the time so my daughter and I could eat the things. And then afterwards I was like, that was exhausting. And I know it will never be as good as my mother's was. It just won't. Because I can't make myself eat that much butter. I just can't. I can't physically do it.
Yeah, no, There was,
I mean,
if it came out of her kitchen, there was a good chance you were going to leave fatter. It was just, your blood sugar was going to go through the roof and you were going to feel like you just ate. You knew you ate. Okay. Yeah, but.
Miss it. Gosh, do I miss it. And I try to replicate and do this and that. And I didn't even get to some of the recipes I found because I was just over after an hour and a half. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my thing, but that's okay. It's not my thing. Mm-hmm. You, as we've been looking at houses, have mentioned multiple times about how great it would be have a Christmas tree in that house and have a Christmas tree in that house. Well, there was decorate that house.
The one's got cathedral ceilings and they're easily 12 feet up. I'm like,
you immediately went to
like that. Could you imagine the size of the tree?
How could we make this house look at Christmas?
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. You know,
I'm pretty sure that with a house like that, we're not buying the Balsam Hill. I'm not taking out a mortgage.
You think?
I'm not taking out a mortgage to buy a tree.
No, I mean, we did the half tree.
They are cool as crap. They're really
50% discount.
Yes.
But
it was still rather pricey.
I don't know. It was like 120 or something.
For a half.
It was more than I would have ever paid for a tree.
For half.
Let alone a half tree.
Half of a 6-foot tree.
But it has not shed once.
No.
It fluffs really well. It stores really well.
Yes, it does.
Not a sponsor, by the way.
Not a sponsor.
And
they are really nice.
They are worth it.
They are. I'm not saying they're not worth it. I'm saying I'm kind of cheap and I don't like spending that kind of money.
We use like family Christmas money on that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember because we we are very grateful to have gotten the gifts from some loved ones.
Yes.
And we call it family Christmas money.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was not for choosing to move. We had already talked as a family back in October when we'd gone to Tennessee that we would maybe not buy gifts and save money toward doing something special this summer because we had already booked something. Like so that got canceled. Like we canceled that reservation when we decided we are moving. Like all the money has to go toward what it's going to take to move. And the kids understood that and like they were on with it. And so, we're doing a little Christmas, right? It's still not, I don't know. It's still very, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Maybe not as much as we would have spent in the past. Not that should be what matters, but it was still a strategic Christmas.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with having that, by the way. You can't budget yourself and still have a nice time.
And in fact, you should. Instead of, it's like a lot of stuff. It's like you can either let's say you're fishing. In this case, you're looking for a good gift. You're looking for gifts. You can either cast a really wide net and just get what you get, and it's like, there's 1,000 things. One of them's got to land. One of them's got to be the one that goes, "Ooh, that's really cool." Or you can kind of focus. Like when you're fishing, you want to focus. It's like, okay, I'm going to this lake that has this kind of fish, and I'm going to use this kind of bait and this kind of tackle and this kind of technique, and I'm going to get that one specific fish. It's like, well, you can do a little research into the people you're buying gifts for and find that one thing that says, this was me thinking about you. And that one thing is going to land a whole lot better than 1,000 little things that they don't really, it's like one of them they care about and the other 999 are just kind of...
Something like that.
They're going to get pitched at some
Something
point.
like that.
It's like, you can be very strategic. You can focus down a little bit. It's like, you know what? I got you this $5 ornament. But it's a $5 ornament that speaks to their heart and their mind and their soul, and it fits so perfectly that they're going to cherish it for the rest of their life.
Yeah, I had a...
it's like, okay, nowadays, it's going to be more like $25.
We're going to do client stories here. So then I have my older woman, elderly, whose husband has dementia, early stages dementia, son struggling with alcoholism, currently, he was in the hospital when we saw each other last week. But even in the few weeks prior to that, in discussing that her older grandchildren don't even care about the card she writes, she's like, I might as well just like give them the gift card or what did she say, cash and something simple. I don't remember off the top of my head, and say, here you go. Like, and not even bother with the card. Well, I said to her, if you don't have the mindset and the energy for the card, and you don't feel they're going to appreciate it anyway, then yeah, don't put your energy into it. There's nothing wrong with that.
See, you know,
right?
In all honesty,
You're still trying to be nice to your grandkids,
sure, but at the same time,
let's be realistic.
At the same time, to me, there is no. I want to phrase this right. There is. In this time of year, there is no thing that's going to set me off more than ingratitude.
That's fair, but
and it's like you don't appreciate. It's like you just want the stuff. You're not appreciating the effort that it took to give it.
She's become aware.
Then I'm no longer going to give it.
She has certainly become aware.
And it's not to be mean. It's not to be out of spite. It's like I'm giving from myself to you, and you're not grateful for it. Then I'm not going to. It's like that's the very least.
It's a pretty high pet peeve for you, I know. I mean, not that I'm a fan, but
no. Well, okay, and it's like, okay, we'll do an example. I'll say my example story because it clues it up. And it does, in a manner of speaking, sounds petty, but it's like it just you want.
I think you've told this story before.
I might have.
Go ahead.
But it was the Christmas of 1992. I was on active duty at training, and it was the first time I ever had money, really. I mean, I had odd jobs where I'd make $40-50 a week, not a big deal, but it was like never money. And now I had some money, and I had access to stuff, and I called home. I was like, okay, well, what does everybody want? I mean, I can't go too crazy, but I can be a little bit silly. What does everybody want? And my middle sister, my mom told me, she's like, well, she's been asking for a Bulls jacket. She wanted a starter's Bulls jacket because it's 1992. Everybody wants the Bulls stuff. And like, okay, well, I'll keep an eye out. And I hit a store, and I don't even think that store exists anymore. But, and I'm like, oh, they have starter jackets. It's like, okay, well, here's a really nice Bulls windbreaker. And that's a little over $100. And then there's the one that I know my sister actually is talking about specifically. And it's the Letterman style jacket, the leather sleeves, and the knit wool and all that. And it's like, and that's 300 and some odd bucks in $1992. That's probably a good $600, $700 coat now.
Oh, sure.
By today's standards. And I'm like, okay, I can't afford that. I just that's more than I had. That was a lot of money. That was most of the money I had to spend. So I bought the really nice Bulls windbreaker. And I wrapped it up. I bought it, wrapped it all up, got ready to ship it home. And, the next time I called my aunt, it's like, okay, I got her a Bulls jacket. But I can tell you right now, it's probably not the one she wanted. But it's like, she doesn't have one now. It's more of a Bulls jacket than she was going to have otherwise. And come Christmas morning, it's like we're sitting there, everybody's opening gifts, and my sister opens it up, pulls it out, takes a look at it, looks at me, and it's like, that's not the one I wanted. And I'm like, wasn't a thank you in there. There was just that's not the one I wanted. And so I looked at her, and it's like, okay, that is the last gift you will ever get from me. Just done. It's like that. There's no, it's like, just, that's the last gift you'll ever get from me. And again, that was 1992. And I can honestly say, if at some point in her life she showed any kind of gratitude towards anything that anybody had done to her or done for her, this would have changed. However, that has not been the case. And since 1992, she has gotten exactly no gifts from me in any way, shape, or form. And all it would take is for me to see her show some gratitude for that to change. And every time I check in to find, like, oh, no, she's still ungrateful and entitled. It's like, oh, well, in that case, it's like, all I need in my life is some gratitude. Well, around here, neighbors. I got the big snowblower, which I'll need to get up and running again.
Don't go too far down this.
I won't, but
down that rabbit hole.
It's like I'll occasionally help people dig out using my snowblower. If they're out there, I'll go over and I'll help buzz up the heavy stuff so they don't have to. And I don't expect money. I don't expect anything. I'm not doing it because I want money. I'm not doing it because I want gifts. I'm not even doing it because I want you to know my name. I'm doing it because I can. But the only thing that I would expect from anybody is thank you. That's it. That's it. It's like I will go out of my way for a lot of things for just nothing else except for the fact that they appreciate the help. Work, they got to pay me. I don't care how much they say thank you. I'm not spending 50 hours a week someplace for nothing. But a thank you, just thank you. That's all. Like thank you can make the whole world a whole lot better place.
It sure can.
And like in this lady's case, it's like if you're not even getting the gratitude of, it's like the handwritten note. I very much appreciate a handwritten note.
Yeah. Yep. It's like basically what she described.
I appreciate. It's like I might not necessarily like it's not like I'm going to frame every note I've got and gush over it just because it's not. But
I have a box with them in it. Though.
I have every. I think anyway. Okay, I know right in my nightstand right now I've got a small pile of thank you notes going back 15, 16 years of just people saying thank you. Because every now and again I need to pick me up. But it's like those little thank yous are special. And again, it's like if someone's going out of their way, I mentioned before, if someone's going out of their way to give you something, even if it's a gift card and a note or a little gift or a little, it's like I don't know. It's like if you gave my youngest daughter a gift card to the Lego store, she has no use for that. None whatsoever. If you met her older sister, then you would think that everybody you'd think everybody in this house is Lego crazy. That's not the case.
Yeah, you would.
But at the same time, I have no doubt that she would give you a hug and say thank you. And then she'd probably trade with her sister. Or me. But it's like,
I had another client tell me that she'd gotten her father a gift card and then watched him just hand it right over to his wife, like her mom. Like the second he opened it, just gave it right over to her. So
sure,
not even a thank you. Just
see,
so yeah.
It's like if somebody
stories.
There's a good chance, not always, but if somebody gave me a big gift card, yeah, am I probably going to hand it over to you?
Oh,
sure.
It's the crock pot.
It's a crock pot. Yeah.
Crock pot.
And like I have right now, I have in my bag, I have a $20 gift card that a coworker gave me. Like, okay,
very kind,
and I'm very grateful. And he took off before I could say thanks. It's very annoying. And I don't have his number, otherwise I'd text him.
And he won't be back for 2 weeks.
And he won't be back. Yeah, he won't be back until after the new year. So I'll have to hit him up then. But I would probably hand it off to you. It's like, okay, you know what? I would say thank you very much. I would say thank you. It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And it's like hand it to you. It's like, okay, we're going to use this. It's like put it to good use. Or, like if you give me a, Bass Pro gift card, not a sponsor. It's like, it's like, okay, I'm not going to hand that off. But if somebody gave us like $100 Meyer card, there's a good chance I'm going to hand it to you. It's like, okay, it's like, here we go. It's
sure. Like, there is something, again, about the politeness of not showing that, like, oh, I never even go to this place. I don't know this, you say thank you.
You say thank you. You should give it. It's like $100 gift card. $100 is not an insignificant amount of money, and it did not take an insignificant amount of effort on that individual's part to get the amount of money that is currently on that card. So they are effectively giving you a section of their life that they're never going to give back, and they dedicated that section of their life solely to your benefit. Even if it's a complete whiff, like giving our youngest a Lego gift card, it would be a complete whiff for her. We raise them up with the understanding that came from, that's a piece of that person's life they're never going to give back, that they just gave to you. And if nothing else, that heart that went into it, you appreciate. And I've never seen them not be ungrateful, because I guarantee I'd tear them up one side and down the other if I ever saw that.
But they've never been that way.
Especially outside of the house. Inside of the house, they get a little, comfortable.
Back to warm and fuzzies.
Yes, back to warm and fuzzy.
So.
Yes.
The things that instantly put me in the Christmas mood.
Yes.
Ooh, sorry. He hit the metal.
I hit the metal. Got those springs that vibrating.
Well, this time of year, and we've talked about this, like, it's in your face for months.
Yes.
So
you kind of burn out.
It's not difficult.
Actually. Yeah.
It's not difficult to get in the Christmas mood. Like I said, turn on that Christmas music. I'm in my kitchen. I'm baking, having a good time. I was happy. Mm-hmm. I will sit in my living room and watch. I'll turn off all the lights and have the Christmas tree on and those lights and have the TV on. And there's just something about the ambiance. I was looking forward to a white Christmas. I'm actually very bummed. I know now they're talking like 50 degrees and warm a couple days leading up to Christmas. So we probably will not have any snow left. And that makes me sad.
It's kind of a bummer.
I was looking forward to a white Christmas.
I'm firmly, it's like, if we got to have snow, I would very happily if we got snow starting the 24th and then it can stop on the 26th.
Yeah, for sure. And just decent roads.
But yeah.
I don't know. I know it's going to sound really strange, but part of Christmas is the mindset, right? Because it's... Mm-hmm. If you are a believer in Jesus Christ, it is about his birth. It's about him coming to the world, then to die for us, mm-hmm. right? So there's this gratefulness mm-hmm. that you should live with, right? As a believer, there's that idea that however you cultivate that and however you walk that out in your life, I mean, that's individual and between you and the Lord, but I love that Thanksgiving is kind of that grateful season, and then it goes into Christmas and it doesn't stop. Mm-hmm. And to me, it is kind of one big lump of celebration.
Sure.
I know not everybody feels that way, and some people hate it and all that, but mm-hmm. I've actually, through my time after healing from my mother's passing, when even thinking about Christmas was excruciating for a while. And then just going through some of the things that we went through, and it always seemed to be at the holidays. In particular, last year I felt different. I felt better, right? Like I could have the first time ever in years, I had a handful of popcorn and didn't feel absolutely horrible about 20 minutes later. Like I was starting to have my mast cell activation syndrome treatment. I was trying to have faith in it. I was working, I was earning money, I felt good for the first time in a really long time about life. And it was just so grateful that it was Christmas, right? It was reshaping how I could feel at Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of like waiting for the terrible, horrible thing that was going to come in December, it was just good. And now fast forward a year and I feel phenomenally different than I did a year ago. My pain is so reduced. I can function. I can work. I'm figuring out how to live. Even post another surgery, I'm still really good. And to me, I mean, with Christmas just being, it is about the Lord and Savior's birth, and I feel differently this year. You're like, yes, my kids are older and our goals are different and I'm working and time for reflection is certainly not what it used to be, but I like it all. I like the music. I like the cheesy movies. I like the baked goods, I like that my chocolate's on sale. I like, cause I do 100% cacao. I like that, people do tend to seem cheerier. I mean, I know there's all this
in some respects
post-COVID controversy on, crowds and celebrations and all that stuff. But even the idea of participating in charities and just being more involved and more aware that not everybody is as blessed as you might be.
Mm-hmm.
And just the mindset, like we watched George C. Scott's A Christmas Carol last night, right? It's one of your favorites.
Yep.
That giving of yourself, it doesn't always have to take money. And sometimes that can be something that could incite a good Christmas spirit, right? Like if you're struggling with it, it is about giving, not receiving sometimes, that can make you feel more Christmassy, I guess, if that's the term you're going for.
Yeah. And most of the time, I get a much bigger kick out of watching other people get the stuff that I've gotten for them than necessarily the stuff that I'm getting. I'm extremely appreciative. And sometimes, I've had gifts that were complete home runs, and it's like, and you get kind of a charge out of that, because, it's like, we're people, we like that stuff.
Yeah.
But I always get much bigger kick out of watching other people receive the, stuff that I've given rather than the stuff that I've gotten.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cliched, but it is true. I mean, we're kind of hardwired to take care of the people that we care about, and when they're taken care of, that tends to put the soul at ease. I think is the easiest way to, like, I was like, okay, I have succeeded at taking care of my people.
And you do amazingly well.
I
know you love it.
I definitely try. Like, you sometimes you whiff it, but that's where the gratitude comes in.
I know you love
it.
But it's something that, and I thought about it now that, what is something that you can do that could incite cheer that doesn't cost money? Okay. I do recall one year, caroling. Our children participated.
It was fun.
It was, when I was a paralegal and we worked for a law office, and the party was at the office owner's home, the practice owner's home. And this was a very, well-to-do neighborhood.
Yeah.
On Lake Michigan.
Yep.
And we walked this neighborhood and we went, caroling at these houses, and they knew we were coming, I guess, I think. Mm-hmm. But that was interesting, right?
It was fun.
That doesn't cost you anything to go caroling.
Nope.
A lot of assisted living facilities, nursing homes, places like that. They would love that. They would love people to be able to go in and do that.
Yeah.
That doesn't cost anything.
No. And I kind of miss it. It was always so much chaos. But for years, I was always involved in church Christmas programs. I was the technical side. It's like, okay, well, the lighting and the sound and music and all of that. And there's a lot of hours dedicated to that for a long period of time. But there's just something about that kind of activity. And man, you know what? It's like you want to. It's like you've got a church community. It's like, what's the thing going on? What are we doing for Christmas? How can I help? Because there's almost always something. Sometimes it's putting together food banks. Sometimes it's a lot of churches do food drives and whatnot for the holidays to make sure that people in the area that are not as well off can have a good meal. Get involved with that. You might not not necessarily take charge and run it, but be involved, because they can always use a set of hands. Helping other people. You could be in a bad place. And I'll tell you what, helping somebody else out is a great way of lifting your own spirits.
It is.
And
it is. And if you have the means to, do one of those, you're behind somebody in a checkout aisle and you can help them out and pay for something or whatever. I mean, yes, of course. That's a wonderful way to do it.
Yes.
Your Toys for Tots was something we had done. I know that's probably already passed, I'm sure. The deadline for that's passed. But just those types of things. Charities never end. Like the homeless shelters. Those needs never end.
No.
It doesn't have to end with Christmas.
No.
Give as you can.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of churches that participate with various charities. You could always contact local churches and ask them, is there something that you can give your time or money to?
Well, and I mean, this going way back to when I was a kid, I can almost guarantee you within a block of your home, there is somebody that they're elderly and they don't get out much and their family doesn't visit nearly as much as they'd want. Like, you know what? Go introduce yourself and say hi. Sit down and have a cup of tea with them and just have a conversation and introduce yourself if you haven't done it before.
Sure.
And share your life. And it's amazing how much that comes back to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be a big thing. Sometimes it can be when you're in a place where you can do the big thing, but sometimes just the little things like, hey, you know what? It's just reminding somebody that that they're not forgotten.
Yes.
Can change your life.
Incredibly important. And this is the time of year, right? Again, like I've mentioned before, it's probably one of my favorites. Scrooged, Bill Murray, at the end, and he's giving his speech and, how his heart was changed, how his mind was changed, and it could happen to you, It's so true that one thing can open up a floodgate.
Yes.
But sometimes it's the one thing that you need another thing, you need another little thing, but it's just moving the steps forward. And especially when the hurts are deep, right, in this time of year, but there's also the joy that you can draw on.
Well, and personal experience, like hurt, you get hurt or the hurts, they'll try and stop you in your tracks. And they try and stop you in your tracks so you can stay there in that hurt.
So
and
true.
Sometimes what you need most is to keep moving. Take that step forward and take a step in a direction that might put a smile on somebody's face. Like you're going to heal moving way better than you're going to heal sitting still and wallowing in it. 23rd Psalm is like, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. At no point in that verse does it say you're supposed to stay there in the valley and set up camp.
Right.
It's like you're walking through the valley. Like it means at some point you're going to get out of that valley. But the only way you're getting out of that valley is to keep walking. And sometimes that keep walking might just be saying hi to somebody, give them a smile and a Merry Christmas. Or, depending on where you're at, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it happens to be. Give it with a spirit of joy, and whatever they say back, take it with a spirit of joy too.
Yeah.
Like whatever you celebrate, if I say Merry Christmas and you say Happy Hanukkah, I'm going to take it with the same expression of goodwill that I gave mine with.
Yeah.
And if you want to chuckle, Merry Christmas Kwanzaa. It's from an old commercial. And it's like it hits them all, and you'll always get a really weird look from somebody that doesn't know that one. And like, what did you just say? Merry Christmas Kwanzaa. So it hits all the big bases.
Merry Christmas Kwanzaa.
And it's like when you don't know what else to say, it's the Christmas version or the holiday version of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's like, but it's like sometimes like the most important bit of joy that you can give is the joy you're not currently feeling.
So true. So true. And it's always the intent that matters, right? You're going to be able to force yourself into something.
It's like if you need more joy in the world, well, you know what? It starts with you.
Yes. And it's the time of year. There's a few days left to do it.
Yep.
We didn't get to see our Christmas lights, and we did talk about that, and I don't know how the timing would work out. And the kids are older. They never really cared for it.
Yeah. Like, we're riding in the car. Oh.
I know, right? Like they do it. They cared more about it when they were like younger.
Yep.
And we first moved down here.
And there are some people that go absolutely all out. Which
yeah. And there's some that you can like pay now to go see. But
we did that last year.
And last year we did. Yep. But it's funny and even like last year they did it. But the awe of it was all different when they were young, and every house looked like a mansion.
Yep.
And now they're older. We've been down here a while. And yeah, there's some areas where there's some incredibly large, beautiful homes.
Yes.
And we will go look at those. But then they always knew it was something you wanted to do. So that's why they do it. So even last night when I said, hey, do you want to do this? I don't know when we're going to get another chance. You didn't even care. So then they didn't care.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
but if you'd wanted to, they would have.
Part of it that was, watching them. And it's like, as somebody that set up decorations for all kinds of stuff over the years, there's no magic there. I have a great deal of respect for the big shows because I know what goes into them. And I appreciate them. I think they're cool. And I like looking at them. But at the same time, it's kind of like when you go into a magic show when you know how all the tricks are done. It's like you enjoy the showmanship, but the magic isn't there anymore.
That's fair.
And that's kind of, it's like, do I still enjoy it? Yes. And will I swing through a neighborhood? It's like, oh, that looked really cool. If I got the opportunity, it's like, oh, let's pop in there and take a look real quick. Sure. But like, yeah, the awe isn't there. The bright-eyed twinkle is, it's like, yeah, they've kind of outgrown that stage. And it's like, that was always part of the fun for me.
That's fair. That's fair.
I still like them. It's still cool. Just, like a lot of stuff, you're living vicariously through the people that don't know any better yet.
Fair. But.
Yep.
So hopefully you can all find something that is special and meaningful and enjoy. Find the joy.
And if you can't find it, make it.
Yeah. There are ways.
And if you have trouble making it for yourself, find a way to make it for somebody else, and you'll find yours there too.
It does matter.
Yep.
Very, very much.
Very much so.
So, hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas, no matter what you do and who you're with.
And I will add to that with, it's like if you're not the Christmas people, whatever it is that you're celebrating, I hope you have a great one with a lot of love, a lot of friends, a lot of family. Hope you enjoy it. Dig in deep and have a good time.
Absolutely. Another year's gone by.
And I will say Merry Christmas because, that's what we celebrate, and we share that spirit with you.
Yes. Yes.
So, with that being said, I'm Fix It.
I'm Feel It.
We hope you join us in the future.
Until next week.
Y'all have a great one.